It is a final. The Bulls get blew out by the Milwaukee Bucks, and they are down 3-1 going back to Milwaukee. It looks like this series might be over. And I have some questions to ask regarding who's to blame, what happened, and do y'all think the series is over? But let's get ready to lock and load post game show live right now, and come in with your hot takes, and let's go. It's the Alabama show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Alabama show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Alabama show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah. Yo, 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 this is the Allen Powell Show. We are live. It's a final. The Bulls lose. The final score 119-95. Giannis, unbelievable as usual. The Bulls lost both games at home after tying the series up 1-1. And as a Bulls fan, very disappointing. But I got some questions to ask because as the game was ending, I was like, who's ultimately to blame for this? Because you expect coming home that you're going to win at least one game. They lost both games. They're going back to Milwaukee down 3-1. I'm just about believing that it's over. Even though the Bulls did win a game in Milwaukee, I don't believe they're going to go back to Milwaukee and win another game. I believe it's over. I actually picked the Bucks to either sweep or the Bulls to get one game. They got their one game. I thought that the Bulls had a chance to at least win one home game. Ray Clark checking in on YouTube. Bulls haven't won a home playoff game since 2015. That's sad. That's sad. Um, you go home in front of your fans who are jacked, ready to play ball, and you can't win one game, especially when Milwaukee has Chris Middleton out with an injury. One of their big three is out, and it's unbelievable. Black Butterfly Pod checking in, bro. I do not like DeMar and Levine walking off before the game ended. Listen, I didn't see it, but I'm not shocked. They mad, man. They are mad. They mad. It's not like it's the end of the series and they didn't go shake hands. I believe they disappointed in themselves and in their teammates, and so they probably walked off before the game ended. I don't know how early it was. I didn't see it like you did, but I don't have a problem too much with them walking off the floor early in disgust or frustration. Um, as long as it wasn't like 5 minutes before the game was over. I was watching up until like the last minute. Ray Clark said Grayson Allen basically picked up Middleton's spot with 27 points. You cannot let Grayson Allen score 27 points against you in the playoffs. It's a great point, Ray Clark. Great point that you made. Grayson Allen, you cannot let him get 27 points. You can't. He coming off the bench. That's 27 points by himself. You can't let that happen. But I want to look at it from the Bulls side point of view. Who's to blame? Who's to blame for the Bulls not playing up to their, I would say, potential or just better than what they played? Is it the coach? Is it Zach? Is it DeMar? Is it Vooch? Who's to blame for the Bulls? Because I have a few names that I believe that's to blame for the Bulls not playing up to what they need to play to. Black Butterfly Pod says, nah, bro, you can't walk off when you supposedly want max deals and want to be recognized as these great players. What about your teammates? That's a bad look. Okay. You not happy with that? It rubbed you the wrong way. To me, it didn't. That's not gonna like, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like I said, I didn't see it. How much time was left on the clock? Because like I said, I watched up until like the last minute, and I didn't see them walk off. So if it was in the last minute and they were just frustrated and went to the locker room, I'm good with it. That's not going to say, oh, we can't sign Zach to a max contract because he did that. That's just me. But I understand if you say you feel you a little, it rubbed you the wrong way. But
I looked, so I wrote down some more notes because I did a halftime show. Wrote down what I thought about going into halftime. They came out of halftime, no run. I mean, they made a little bit of run. Io hit a couple of threes, and I seen that he started the second half because of Zach. Caruso was injured. Shannon Link says demand walked. Oh, she must be talking about DeRozan. DeRozan walked off like he leaving it on the floor. You know what? She's a Bucks fan, so she gonna come in with all the jokes and all of that stuff, man. Nobody want to hear your laughs and your comments because you're a Bucks fan and you happy that your team performed. We are Bulls fans over here, so we're not trying to hear your laughters in the comments, okay? Black Butterfly Process. Also, when your wing players are Levine and DeMar, and you allowing Grayson to have 27, you have to take away the three or the paint. You can't give up both. They gave up both. Bulls play like this game. It was like a regular season game. I will say this: their defense was poor, very poor, and you can see that's one of the things I wrote down in my notes. You can see that they missed Lonzo Ball on a defensive end. Lonzo was a lockdown defender. Ray Clark says Bulls bench only scored 17 points. So Grayson Allen outscored the whole bench by himself. That's another good point by Ray Clark, man. Pulling up the numbers. Listen, you cannot let Grayson Allen outscore your entire bench. Can't do that. He's not that great of a player. He's a okay player, but you cannot let him score 27 points off the bench. Outscore your whole bench. You can't do it. Matter of fact, he probably had more points. He probably had more points than any starter that the Bulls had. I ain't look at the numbers yet, but I don't think nobody had 27 for the Bulls. I could be wrong, but that's ridiculous that he was that much of a force in that game. You can't have that. Black Butterfly Pod says no pride at all. It was pretty disgusting. Johnny Henderson checking in. The offense just isn't designed for playoffs, nor is it designed for teams with dominant big men. No post offense makes them easy to defend. And I will say this: when Vooch got in the post, even though he was undersized compared to Brook Lopez, he got some post moves. He got some decent post moves. He's not like no KG, Tim Duncan, back to the basket, just or Hakeem Olajuwon. He's not one of those, but he's decent. He's a decent player in the post. And in today's game, people just don't get in the post as much. And I think that's a problem. Like everybody want to shoot threes and be a stretch four, stretch five, and all of this stuff. When the closer you are to the basket, the easier it is to score. If you're not Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Bane from Memphis, these 3-point snipers, the closer you are to the basket, your percentages go up. So everybody else needs to stop trying to think that they're the Golden State Warriors and get closer to the basket. Mason report, Cliff Mason checking in on YouTube. It wasn't a pride issue. The Bulls are severely outgunned and overmatched. Johnny Henderson, the offense just is. Oh, I read that already. So Black Butterfly Pod, exactly, but he doesn't play closer to the basket anymore. He thinks he's Ray Allen. What are you doing shooting 10 threes a game? That's a good point. Ain't no way I want my center shooting 10 threes. No way. Ain't no center in the league I want to shoot 10 threes. No center. So that's a great point. Great point. But the league is so jacked up right now. Shannon Link, they doing what should be expected. They are not ready yet for real, for real. My team been there. If they stay together, they would be a problem. Listen, I understand that. I expected the Bulls to lose this series. But I didn't expect them to steal the game in Milwaukee. But once they did that, I expected them to at least win one game at home. I'm not expecting them to win a series. But put up a fight. You got blew out 2 times in your home building. And that's disgusting to me. Disgusting. And Billy Donovan has to take a lot of the blame too. Because I don't see no X's and O's with Billy Donovan. It's pretty simple pick and roll. DeRozan mid game. Ain't no X's and O's. Let me draw up a play. Like Billy Donovan, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't see no adjustments. And Ayo starting in the second half ended up being a decent move because Caruso got injured. But everybody knows that young players and role players play better at home. After the game 3 debacle, why wouldn't you try to maybe switch it up and maybe put Ayo in a starting lineup to give you a spark? But I don't know who you take out. I would say take Caruso out, but you need his defense. So I don't know. But if you get blew out in the third game, um, you got to start making some adjustments. Or by halftime, the game was basically over. They was getting blew out, but it's Billy Donovan, no type of uh know how to draw up plays, get buckets. I didn't see no adjustments. I didn't see anything, man. And Johnny Henderson says none, zero, zilch. And Shannon Lee talking about there. I'm being nice. Yeah. Listen, your team is doing good, but I tell you one thing: when they face Boston next round, it's gonna be a whole different animal. I don't know who I pick in that series yet, but believe me, it's not gonna be like Chicago. So I want you to come with that same energy when you go to the next round, okay? When you all smiles and laughing right now in your comments, when it get real with Boston next series, I want to see I want to see that same energy. Ray Clark says Bulls getting killed on the boards too, 55-44 today's game with 51-44 in game 3. Listen, I expected the Milwaukee Bucks to beat them in the boards, especially when they put out a lineup of Portis, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. Those are trees. So I'm definitely not expecting the Bulls to hang in there rebounding wise. I am we not the Nets. Yeah. Y'all not the Nets. Y'all the defending champs. I agree. Black Butterfly Pod. Donovan had Katie and Russ, and he doesn't make adjustments at all. True. I'm not gonna lie. I did not even like the hire when they hired him. But after he did what he did this year, I was like, okay, well, I mean, you got to get a coach some credit. But to me, it was the team that was put together, not him. But the coach get credit when a team does well. So Billy Donovan, man, and I totally agree. I didn't like him when he was in OKC, but for whatever reason, the Bulls hired him, and that's what it is. Channeling says we are an actual team. Listen, that's true. That's true. Listen, I had a little bit of ounce of doubt when we stole the game in Milwaukee. I was shocked, and I was like, you know what? Milwaukee is good, but I could still see some little flaws in that team. But y'all showed y'all championship pedigree in this series. Straight up. Ray Clark says, plus they got Ibaka just chilling. They loaded. They loaded. They loaded. And he was playing early in the season. Does Boston have anyone that can guard Giannis, or will it be double or triple team? Listen, nobody has anybody to guard Giannis. Okay? Let's make that clear right there. But I would say they're a better defensive team, team defense, and I believe Al Horford is a smarter defender, so it won't be as easy against Boston. It won't be as easy. I will say that. I believe Boston was the best defensive team in the league, and so that's going to be a series to look forward to for sure. Black Butterfly Pod says trades Vooch for Miles Turner, and we are good. Listen, I believe Miles Turner definitely be a better defensive player, but I don't think he's going to be as offensive numbers as Vooch, and you're going to lose some offense there. So that's the hard part. The Bulls will be better in the playoffs next year. I promise that. How you gonna promise that? Why do you say that? If Billy Donovan, if we had a better coach, maybe I might believe that. Billy Donovan is not a great coach to me, so I can't say that for sure. Al Horford is a smart defender. That's going to be a dynamite series for sure. They can guard Giannis like their fingers with Durant. Let me see. I don't know what you explain yourself right there. Vooch is good. He needs to understand why his threes aren't contested. Facts. I would say the most you take a game, Vooch, is 3. The most. No more than 3 threes a game. He got a decent shot. But you don't need no more than 3 threes a game from your center. I know in today's game, everybody's shooting threes, but for Vooch, no more than 3 threes. Levine and Lonzo will make the difference next year. Why is that dude the coach? Well, first of all, we gotta hope Lonzo comes back healthy, and I believe he will make a difference. And then Zach, we don't know if he's fully healthy as well. So hopefully he will be healthy as well. My bad, like they're doing with Durant. They can't guard Giannis like they guard Durant. You know why? Giannis is stronger. One thing I noticed about Durant is his slim body makes him not strong with the ball. He lost the ball so many times in the last couple of games. especially in Boston. He would just turn the ball over left and right just off a little forearm shiver. He was losing the ball. Giannis is chiseled. He's a monster, and you can't guard Durant like you guard Giannis. Now I will say this: Kevin can shoot better than Giannis, but Giannis is a man child. You're not going to push him around like they pushing Durant around. Durant even said in the press conference that every time I come around the corner, somebody's putting an elbow, hitting me here, hitting me there. That's a little soft in my opinion. That he's letting people know that he's bothered by people hitting him. Giannis is not going to be bothered by them hitting him. Look at that dude. Look at that dude body. Shannon Link says he's not strong, and that's my boy. He used to slide in spots, but the Celtics put him where they want him at. Big facts. Big fact. They are moving him where they want him to go. They're not gonna move Giannis. Did you see how many times Giannis was bullying our boys? A lot of people was talking about it was offensive fouls, but that just lets you know Giannis is not to be played with. He's going to get to his spot. You're not going to push him around. You're not going to hear him in the press conference talking about they got this guy on me. They pushing me here, pushing me there. Ain't nothing happening. So Big Shannon got big facts in the comments. So listen, I'm looking forward to that series. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is just a quick post-game show. Y'all didn't tell me who was to blame for the Bulls, though. Who's to blame? Nobody told me who's to blame. I heard a lot of Vooch in the comments, but nobody tells who's the clear blame for the Bulls not winning one home game in Chicago. Like I say, was it the Bucks being too good? Okay, we got one, says the coach. So I got Billy Donovan as a reason why the Bulls did not win one home game, and I can agree with that. But I'm gonna put DeRozan in there. I feel like he was trying to force too much. He didn't make an adjustment. Zach, I don't know how healthy he is, but he's not aggressive enough. You want a max contract, you need to show up in the playoffs. And of course, Vooch can always play better as well. No game plan, no adjustments. There it is. There it is. Y'all said it all right there. Y'all said it all. So I look forward to the next series. I am about to watch this Golden State game. I believe they're going to switch. I mean, they're going to sweep the Nuggets. And I'll see y'all back at our regular time, which is Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Last comment, QT says Bulls need to sign defensive bigs. I don't think those people are growing on trees, though, QT. So I don't know how they're going to sign Whiteside or somebody, because I don't know who's going to be available for the Bulls to sign. But they definitely need some help. So that's all I got for y'all. I'll see y'all Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Holla at your boy.
Kilo, Allen Pants.